Ya es viernes y es viernes de Mujeres de Éxito. Es viernes además de repasar qué hemos hecho hasta ahora en el año. Ya estamos en la segunda mitad de este 2017 y creo que es un buen momento para hacer pausa, ver hacia dónde van nuestros propósitos, qué hemos cumplido y qué nos falta por cumplir. Vamos a empezar esta tarde con una super mujer. Ella es Lisa Gibbons y es directora de Asuntos Corporativos de MDLZ Latinoamérica. Lisa, I'm really excited about this interview.
Thank you, Arlene, to invite me here and to have you here at our headquarters for MDLZ Mexico.
So, what can you tell me about MDLZ?
Well, MDLZ is a global snacking company. We have a presence in about 165 countries all over the world with revenues of about $26 billion. On a global basis, we have 90,000 employees, and here in Latin America, we have a very large employee population. We are a growth engine for MDLZ here in Latin America, and Mexico is no exception. We've got about 6,000 employees here just in the country alone, and people probably know us most from our brands, our great brands like Tang, like we have here, as well as our great gum brands, Trident, Chiclets, which actually started our business here over 90 years ago in the market. People also know us from our brands like Oreo and Chips Ahoy and the biscuits that we sell, and Philadelphia cheese. So we're in many consumers' homes, and our company name, MDLZ, means delicious world. And a lot of people don't know that, but that's really what we're about, is creating moments of joy for our consumers, for our customers, for our employees, and also for our communities where we live and work.
Very tasty.
Yes. It's a fun job to have.
You have a CEO, a woman CEO.
We do.
And that's exciting because you are also a very important executive. What could you tell us about the company in gender terms?
Right. You know, our CEO, Irene Rosenfeld, is a female leader. So female leadership really starts at the top of the organization for us. Even at our board of directors, 30% of our board of directors are women. And as you look throughout the whole company, we have a very large percentage of women in management, close to 40%, which is above, you know, most averages. And if you look at our board of directors, for example, with 30% female leadership in our board, that's much higher than even the Fortune 500 average of about 19%. So for us, female leadership really starts at the top in fostering the type of culture and organization where females can really grow and learn. And even here in Latin America, we see that we have a huge amount of women coming into the organization. With our hiring and recruitment, about 50% of our candidates are women that are coming to the organization. And even as we look at the talent and the opportunities within the company, about 50% of the moves that we make internally are for women as well. So you see a lot of progression and growth within the organization. And again, that really starts at the top of our organization, setting the tone.
In your position, what do you do?
So my role is to lead corporate and government affairs for Latin America. A big responsibility and really a great job to have, because our role is to really tell our company's story. We do a lot of work to engage our employees, and an engaged employee base is an employee base that is actually really helping deliver results for the company. We also work with many external stakeholders to work together to solve issues and to help grow our business. And one really important area that we focus on within corporate and government affairs is our area of well-being. We know that well-being is an area that is really important to consumers, and we look at it very holistically within the company, from the well-being snacks that we create, maybe, you know, Oreo portion control to help our consumers, you know, eat well. And it's a great brand that people know and love, but we really want to help consumers eat mindfully and snack mindfully. We also work with our sustainability teams to ensure that our plants are sustainable, zero waste to landfill in many of our plants across Latin America and also here in Mexico. And safety is another really important pillar for us within well-being, ensuring that our employees are safe in our plants and ensuring that our plants are certified with the right safety standards. And an area that we really lead within our function with well-being is our work with communities. Across the world, we have many community programs specifically focused on nutrition education, as well as physical activity in children to really help them live a life of well-being. Here in Mexico, for example, we have a $2.8 million contribution that we make through our Mona Lisa Foundation with Save the Children. And that program has been up and running for about a year and a half now and starting to really deliver some great results.
In that point, it's very important now in almost every company, corporate social responsibility.
Right.
So what do you think, but no as an executive, as a person?
Right. Well, it's really important, I think, for a lot of employees and for myself. When I think about the joy I get out of my own job, often it comes from my team and working with my team, but also knowing that you work for a company that's making a difference in the world. And that's really what our well-being agenda is focused on, is how can we ensure that we are giving back to our communities, that we're creating an environment that is sustainable for the world. And it really gives, I think, our employees, as well as myself personally, a lot of pride to work for a company that puts that as a priority. It's really interesting because if you look at our company strategy, we have 3 pillars. The first one is grow our people, the second is grow our business, and the third is grow our impact. And that's where that idea of corporate responsibility and well-being is a key pillar and strategy for our company overall.
And let's talk about now a very important issue. Now we don't need bosses, we need leaders,
Right.
and you are one. So tell me your secrets. How?
Well, it's a really great question. I think, there's a lot of leaders who can, potentially lead a particular area. They have great expertise. And that's, to me, kind of the table stakes. It's what you need to get in the game. But to really be a leader, it's about inspiring your team and challenging people to be their best. And that's one of the things that, again, really inspire me in my role to, work with a great team across all of Latin America. I have a very unique role in that I work with many of my team members remotely, out of Miami, out of Chicago, and our whole team collaborates virtually, yet at the same time we are very well connected. And so I think inspiring the team and building that collaboration and team spirit really helps us partner with the business to drive business results.
Wow, this is interesting because you have a great team.
Yes, we do.
As well in Mexico, in the United States, and everything.
Right, right. And we're really progressive, I think, as a company in terms of how we work and collaborate. Yeah. A big part of that is remote working and working virtually, that we have the technology in place that wherever you are in the world, you can collaborate with others. And we also have a great remote working policy for the company, which is great for women in particular, as well as millennials who are looking for less of a traditional kind of job.
That's my next question.
Yes.
What about the millennial generation? That it's not easy to handle it.
Right. Well, and I like to say that, I hate to kind of put a stereotype on any particular generation, but, we do know that as a company we have to be attractive to the millennial population, and about 50% of our workforce comes from that millennial population. So we've really taken some really big strides to ensure that we have a culture and a workplace that will be appealing to the millennials. If you had a chance to walk around our office today, you saw that it was very open. Even the president of our business here in Mexico does not have an office. Everyone sits in open seating.
No, with a castle or something.
No castle. In fact, we just reworked our office a few months ago, and we're getting really good feedback. People feel open. It's not a hierarchical environment. We also know that the remote working policy that we implemented last year has been a great way to engage our employees, and really the millennial population who are looking to be able to maybe cut out the commute time in their day, or to be able to just work and balance their life in different ways. If you walk around, you'll probably see a lot of people even wearing jeans. I typically don't wear a suit myself, but again, a very informal environment that I think appeals to that generation.
Have you ever been afraid?
Well, I would like to think I'm a fairly fearless person, whether it's jumping out of an airplane or in work and life. And I think sometimes as women, we really need to find our courage, right? To be able to be comfortable to ask for what we need or want, of course in a respectful way. But I think there's been many times throughout my career where, you always have, sometimes you wonder, and did I make the right move? Am I taking the right chances? But what I have found that no matter what role, you always learn something new and something that you can really build your career upon. So I think take the risk, take the chance, take the leap of faith, and I think it always pays off.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Una mujer de éxito que lo único que ha hecho es trabajar, sentir que puede y lograr las cosas. Ella es Lisa Gibbons, esto es Mujeres de Éxito, continuamos con más. Siempre es muy gratificante ver cómo las empresas evolucionan y la importancia que adquieren en ella las mujeres es cada vez mayor. Felicidades a Lisa Gibbons por toda su labor y muchas gracias por estar y ser una mujer de éxito. Pero ahora vamos a un corte y regresamos con más de Mujeres de Éxito.